If you're looking for a hose reel, something that you can use that mounts to the side of the house, this, in my opinion, is the best hose reel for the money, for the quality, for the size. This will hold a 100-foot hose, no problem. It comes with these mounting lag bolts. There's a drive on the outside of this, and then there's it's got a washer that goes behind it. I believe, let's see, I'm trying to remember. I think it comes with these. I've made a little adaptation because I wanted to anchor this into the grouted line. I don't know if mortar line, whatever, in the brick here, so that's where I mounted it. So I set this so it's high enough off the ground that I can keep my little storage bin up under here, and so that I could mount it. I've got the top mounted in the siding. Now what I did, because the angle, if you look from the side, the angle of the siding is like this. So what I did is I just counterbalanced that with these. I just took wood shims and then just painted, exterior painted the wood shims, and then that's my counterbalance, so that the plastic here, this part, is actually horizontal. Instead of the siding being like this, I've alternated and shifted it back up with that little adapted wood shims. I just cut the wood shims and then just painted them. I just needed it right at the end of the wood shim, and then just cut it up so it'd be the total height from the top to the bottom here. It's the same on the other side, so that keeps this ear, I'm calling this an ear here, the top ear here, from bowing in and being pressed where it gets tight here first. This ear gets pushed to the siding and cracks the ear. And yes, the first time I put one of these up, I did not make that adjustment and cracked the ear. This is an Ames product. I will give Ames props for this, because I mentioned to them what happened with the ear and how it cracked, and they sent me a free replacement for this. This is very heavy duty. It's got a nice little shelf on the top here you can put things on. It's even got a little slit in there so water isn't just standing, but I could take off my spray nozzle and set it up here. I've got an extra rubber washer for the spray nozzle if I need it. It's just sitting here. If I had another, if I had, for instance, like I could put this, whatever that thing's called, sprinkler for the kids to play in, I could put that up there. But it's got this handle that slides up and down these rails, so that when you're reeling in the hose, you can reel the hose in from side to side, and so the hose isn't just bunched up in a really big ball in the middle or on either side. You can keep it so that the hose is reeled in evenly. This thing is really sturdy. Even though this is plastic, there's not really any weight on this except for the end of the hose. It's got this big handle on it. Everything about this is ergonomic. The reel is really big. It has no tension on it. You can easily pull this out. It's not spring loaded. It's not going to spring pull itself back in. On the very inside, built into the center of this, is metal, and the metal has an end on it that's the male end. So your hose, you screw on the end of your hose. So put your hose, if you're loading this up, mount it to the wall first, put your hose through here, screw it onto the metal end on the inside. Make sure your end of your hose has the little rubber gasket on it. Screw the hose in, and then just hand crank and reel the hose. So right hand on the crank and left hand on this little handle here, and feed the hose in as you're reeling until the hose comes all the way in, like so. And this hose reel comes with this extra hose attachment, which is going up to the actual bib on the house. So it actually comes with this. You don't have to find a way to go. You don't have to make your own hose or find a small hose that goes from here to the house. You can mount this. The length of this is probably something like 5 feet or so, and so you could mount this further away from the hose, the bib, the thing coming from the house. I think you'd call this a spigot or whatever coming from the house, and goes to your hose reel, and then you can roll up your hose. Like I said, it'll take 100 feet. I believe this was about 40 bucks for this hose reel. comes with all this. Comes with the mounts, the screws for mounting. It comes with the information on mounting. It's really easy to get this set up, just hang it on a wall. If you hang it on all siding, I kind of had this weird transition where I've got kind of at the bottom of the house here, it's downhill, so the bottom of this is brick and then the top is siding, and I didn't want to shift it so far down that it was like low on the wall, but I didn't want it really high, so I kind of had to do it where I'm doing both. But I think you have enough information on that. If you have to figure out something how to rig it to get it on your house, then it's going to be a little customized anyway and might not be exactly the way I did it. But just wanted to show you this hose reel. It's well worth the money. I've got one on either side of the house for the two places where the hose, where the spigot comes off the house, and I've had them for a while now, probably a couple years, and their replacement I think was about 6 or 8 months after I bought the first one, so I've had it a little bit shorter period of time, but they're worth it. I don't believe, it doesn't seem like anything on here is getting brittle from being out in the sun, being out in the rain, heat, cold, doesn't matter. So my suggestion on these is always is when you've got water going through in the hoses, in the connector, in the hose to the house, always turn the water off at the house and let the pressure out until there's no more pressure in the hose. That'll save your hoses, it'll save the gaskets, save the gaskets inside something like this spray nozzle. It'll keep it, if you have issues with freezing, it'll keep the water from freezing in the hoses, freezing in the fittings and the gaskets and breaking things. So hopefully this video helps. Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time. Like I said, I'll have the description and the link in the description and pricing and all that kind of stuff. So this was a Lowe's purchase, and I'll give you the information on that, and hopefully this will save you some time doing the research for something. This is the best hose reel that I found for the price that mounts on the wall. And yeah, hopefully this helps. Thanks for taking the time to watch. If you have a comment, leave it in the comment box. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the channel, share the video, help get the word out, and I'll try to keep these videos rolling. I appreciate it.